So in our previous lecture we discussed Portugal, Spain, France and Germany. See, if you have any doubt, ask it and keep on drawing the diagrams. Keep on jotting down the points. Now today we will start with Italy. Open up your atlas. Open up the political map and physical map of Italy. Open up the map of Europe. You will see Italy is bordered by France in the west, Switzerland and Austria in the north, and Slovenia in the east. The bordering countries of Italy are France, Switzerland, Austria and Slovenia. On the eastern side of Italy, there is a sea known as, this sea is known as Adriatic Sea. Adriatic Sea. On the eastern side of Adriatic Sea, you find countries like Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Montenegro, Albania, isn't it? Now, along these countries, along the coast of eastern coast of Adriatic Sea, along these countries there is a mountain range known as Dinaric Alps. Dinaric Alps. Now, these mountains run parallel to the coast and their peaks have popped up above the sea and the intervening valleys have drowned. So these peaks of Dinaric Alps that pop up above the sea appear as islands or spots. These peaks of Dinaric Alps that pop up above the sea appear as islands, or on map they appear as dots, spots. So this coast, eastern coast of Adriatic Sea, is known as Dalmatian coast. You might have heard of dogs, Dalmatian dogs. Kale kale black spotted dogs, black spots होते हैं dogs पे. They have derived their names from this Dalmatian coast. Dalmatian coast is the eastern coast of Adriatic Sea, where the peaks of the Dinaric Alps pop up in the form of islands and they appear in the form of spots on the sea. This eastern coast of Adriatic Sea is known as this Dalmatian coast. Now this Adriatic Sea is in the south, it is joined to Ionian Sea. Ionian Sea lies to the west of Greece. Ionian Sea and Adriatic Sea are connected by way of Straits of Otranto. This is Ionian Sea that lies on the west of Greece. And these are the two islands, major islands of Italy. This is known as Sicily and this is known as Sardinia. These are the names of these islands. And further there is one more island, that is Corsica, that lies under France. So that was about, and this sea, this water body that is enclosed by Sardinia, Sicily and Peninsula Italy, this water body is known as Tyrrhenian Sea. So this was all about the water bodies and the land bordering countries surrounding Italy. Now let us start with mainland Italy. Now Italy is having Italy can be divided into three divisions. In the northern side of Italy, you find the southern slope of Alps. In the northern part of Italy, you find the southern slope of Alps. I told you that Alps mountains are mostly spread over eastern France, northern Italy, Switzerland and Austria. These are the countries where the major part of Alps is found. So the southern slopes of Alps are found in the northern part of Italy. Then this peninsula Italy is having huge mountain range, that is Apennine mountains. This is the southern slope of Alps, and in Peninsula Italy it is mountainous. Only coastal areas are low-lying, and these Apennine range continues northward and gets connected to southern slope of Alps. In between this plain, the largest stretch of plain in Italy, this is Apennine mountain. This is the largest stretch of plain in Italy. It is known as Lombardy plain or plain of Po river. So broadly there are three divisions of Italy. In north lies the southern slopes of Alps, then Lombardy plain, and Peninsula Italy. The most part of Peninsula Italy is mountainous, that is Apennine range. So these are the three. In fact, fourth division is these coastal plains of Peninsula Italy. These low-lying coastal plains where bulk of the population of Peninsula Italy lives. Is that clear? So we have discussed the three physiographic divisions. Now we will start with basically the climate and the other vegetation, other aspects of Italy. Now, what we see in Italy, the northern part is hilly, Peninsula Italy is hilly. The only plains are Lombardy plain, largest stretch, and the coastal areas of Peninsula Italy, they are plain. Now, these low-lying areas on the Peninsula Italy, these have Mediterranean climate. These have Mediterranean climate. Whereas this Apennine range, this is dry and infertile. This Apennine range continues northward and merges with the southern slopes of Alps. As a result of this, the Lombardy plain is cut off from the Mediterranean climate because of Apennine range. The Apennine range that extends northward, it merges with southern slope of Alps. This Apennine range cut off the Lombardy plain from the Mediterranean influence. As a result, what happens? This Lombardy plain has very cold winters with rainfall in summers, whereas in coastal areas of Peninsula Italy, because of Mediterranean climate, these regions receive rainfall during winters and summers are dry. Whereas Lombardy plain, which is cut off from the Mediterranean climate because of Apennine range, it has very cold winters, cold dry winters, and warm wet summers. Now, in northern plains, the southern slopes of Alps are descending. From here, cold Bora winds descends along the southern slopes of Alps and blows over Lombardy plain. Cold Bora winds. These are local winds. They descend the southern slope of Alps and blow through Lombardy plain during winters, which makes the winters very harsh, cold and dry, because these winds are descending down the Alps. And the southern part of Italy is affected by hot and dusty Sirocco winds coming from Sahara Desert. This Sahara Desert to the south of Mediterranean Sea, from there this warm and dusty winds known as Sirocco. Sirocco winds coming from Sahara Desert, blowing over Mediterranean Sea. These warm and dusty winds affect the southern part of Italy during summers. At times, these winds pick up these moisture from the Mediterranean Sea and carrying red sand, they cause red rain, known as blood rain, in the southern part of Italy. The same Sirocco hot dusty winds, when they pick up moisture from Mediterranean Sea and they cause rainfall in the southern part of Italy, the same rainfall is known as blood rain because of red sand particles that they blow from Mediterranean Sea, get attached to the moisture derived from Mediterranean Sea, and they cause rainfall. Now, if you see the southern slope of Alps is like this. Northern slope is in Switzerland and Austria, southern slope